amidst the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, a dense fog blankets the horizon. Slowly, a small steamboat emerges from the mist, a lighthouse tender chugging along, a mere blip in the endless sea. Black smoke puffs from its crooked chimney, its old engine sputtering softly. The foghorn sounds again, louder now, closer. The boat ventures deeper into the unknown, the eerie fog enveloping it entirely. As the foghorn's blast fades into the eerie screech of seagulls, the lighthouse tender's rusty prow carves through the waves, its third-rate engine rumbling. Shadows stand on the deck, silhouettes that could be men or ghosts. A flash of light breaks through the fog, revealing a bleak stone island no bigger than an acre. Ramshackle outbuildings cling to the surface like barnacles, and atop the highest point stands a tall, crumbling lighthouse tower. Seagulls screech and caw around it. The island itself seems to draw the boat and its passengers closer, the foghorn and light bellowing and flashing again. The screech of seagulls blends into the murmur of the ocean as the transfer boat lands on the foggy shore of Pilot Rock. Two relief mates dole out provisions to the new wickies, the handover challenging in the eerie twilight. The new keepers stand still, their gazes fixed on a distant spot. One is young, with haunted eyes and a week's-old shiner. The other, old and weathered, trembles slightly but remains sturdy as a lead pipe. They watch the tender depart, slowly disappearing into the fog, leaving them alone on the desolate island. As the murmur of the ocean fades into the distant eerie creak of the lighthouse, the young man explores its shadowy halls. Shadows stretch along the walls, flickering with the dim light of an oil lamp. Strange noises echo through the corridors, whispers, creaks, and distant footsteps. He discovers an old journal on a dusty table, detailing the madness of previous keepers and hinting at a malevolent presence within the lighthouse. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind extinguishes the lamp, plunging the room into darkness. Heavy footsteps approach, but no one is there. The young man's breathing quickens as he fumbles to relight the lamp, his hands trembling. In the dim light of the lighthouse bedroom, the old man sits in a dilapidated armchair, staring at a faded photograph of a woman and child, presumably his family. A ghostly figure appears behind him, the woman from the photograph, her face pale and sorrowful, eyes filled with longing. The old man senses her presence but doesn't turn, tears streaming down his face as he murmurs apologies. The ghostly figure whispers his name, her voice echoing with sadness and despair. She reaches out, her hand passing through him, and vanishes. The old man sobs uncontrollably, the weight of his guilt overwhelming him. The low growl transforms into a menacing growl as the young man climbs the narrow staircase to the top of the lighthouse. The wind howls outside, rattling the structure. At the top, he finds the old man standing by the light, staring into the abyss. The old man turns, his eyes now filled with terrifying madness. It's not just the light that keeps the darkness at bay. It's us. We must stay vigilant, or it will consume us. Suddenly, the light flickers and goes out, darkness enveloping the room. A deep, inhuman voice emanates from the shadows, whispering their deepest fears. They both struggle to relight the lamp, but an unseen force fights against them. The ghostly figure reappears, now malevolent and vengeful. She lunges at them, her eyes burning with rage. As the first light of dawn breaks through the fog, the lighthouse tender returns, the crew unaware of the horrors that transpired during the night. The young man stumbles out of the lighthouse, battered and bruised, waving frantically, desperate to leave the accursed island. The old man remains behind, staring at the departing boat with hollow eyes. Beside him stands the ghostly figure, her expression now one of sadness and resignation. As the tender fades into the distance, the fog thickens once more, shrouding the island in its ghostly embrace. The screen fades to black as the sound of the foghorn echoes one last time. Some places are best left forgotten, their secrets buried in the mists of time. For those who dare to uncover them, price may be more than they can bear.